Watkins Glen, his first Busch Series pole ever, standing by with Matt Yoakum.
And already taking the pictures down by victory lane. And I don't know, Steve, what's a bigger stat for Kurt Busch? Winning his first Busch pole or becoming the first driver to sweep both Busch and Cup poles in the same weekend here, Kurt?
This is cool. You know, just all what the credit needs to go to is Roy McCauley. I mean, I'm out there as nervous as I could be, just trying to hit my marks right, and I've got an opportunity to go for the pole because of such a great team. So Penske Truck Rental Dodge on the pole feels great. We've got Ryan here running a car. So we've got two chances to try to win this thing and try to bring it home today and even on Sunday with the Miller Lite Dodge. Things are going pretty good this weekend.
Before today, his best Busch Series start was third on 2 separate occasions. Steve?
Yeah, Matt, quite a season for Kurt Busch. Just a handful of starts, 5 starts. He's finished first at Texas, 4th, 2nd, 3rd, and 6th. That's quite a record in a short number of starts.
But you know, when Ryan Newman drove this 39 Busch car last year, he did about the same thing, including winning here a year ago.
You maybe have it set up where we're going to have quite a battle between these 2 Penske cars before the day's over with.
We've got 4 Dodges in the top 6. You heard Ron Fellows talking about the Dodges. They're strong in this Busch Series qualifying.
Bob Dillner standing by with Kevin Harvick, who will start 3rd.
That's right. So, Kevin Harvick, are you happy?
Yeah, real happy. Our U.S. Coast Guard Chevrolet was really good and got a little bit loose there in the chicane, but all in all, it was a pretty good lap. And you know, it was a good enough lap to where I didn't need to waste my time and run a 2nd lap and burn gas and burn tires. Burning gas is bad for the environment, so it was a good first lap, and luckily we didn't have to run 2.
A qualifying run is good, but obviously the big thing is the race coming up here. What do you got for those Penske boys here today with Kurt Busch on the pole?
Well, I think you know, we'll just have to wait and see what the fall off is, and you know, I think pit strategy is probably going to be, you know, what makes it all happen. So we're on the other side of the fence. We have to stop twice, and I don't know if some of the guys are going to try to stop once, but we're not anywhere close to making it on 1 stop.
Kevin Harvick looking for the big victory here today at the Glen. He'll line up 3rd, as you said, Steve.
All right, thanks a lot, Bob. Let's take a look at the starting grid for this afternoon's race.
Kevin Harvick 3rd. Kevin Harvick Incorporated 4th with Ron Fellows. But remember, Kevin Harvick said they had shifter problems in that 33 car. They'll repair that. He will have to start this race at the rear of the field.
And
watch that Borsett and P.J. Jones right back there in rows 3 and 4, along with Robbie Gordon.
And Denny Hamlin, who won the first road course race of the season in Mexico City.
And there's Martin Truex Jr. that won the first road course race in Mexico City last year in 2005.
Good run there by a former driver of mine, Butch Lightsinger. Good to see him back racing here at the Glen.
Michelle Jourdain Jr., Carlos Contreras. Man's 2nd points, Carl Edwards, starting about mid-pack, back on row 11.
J.J. Yaley finished 4th at Mexico City back in March.
Now, Matt Koblock, remember, in qualifying, he was in one of those first groups, crashed. I'm wondering if they're trying to repair that car, or maybe we'll go to a backup car.
Stephen Light back there on row 16 alongside Johnny Sauter. But the guy to watch could easily be Adrian Fernandez in that 57 car. We know that he knows how to run a road course. He'll be trying to make his way up through the pack.
Hey, and congratulations to Max Pappas, proud father of 3-week-old Marco, makes his NASCAR Busch Series debut.
He missed the Nextel Cup race yesterday in qualifying by 1 position, but he gets in today.
The drivers that will not start this afternoon: Eduardo Traconis in the 23, John Finger in the 49, and Stan Silva Jr. in the 65. Jeff, Larry, again, we talked about this a moment ago. I really like this format of qualifying on the road courses.
Hey, guys in the Nextel Cup, if you're listening, this is what we need to be doing everywhere. Now, I think it's a great format. I think it's great for the fans. It's the fair way to do it for the drivers. And I think it adds personality to qualifying on the road course.
And I think the fast cars are still at the front. You know, it didn't change that part of qualifying, but I think it gives the guys with a little bit of experience a chance to make up a bad lap. And as we said, for those go-or-go-homers, like Robbie Gordon, it let him lay a solid lap down at first. Then he could step it up as he did on lap 2.
Well, Larry, Jeff, a couple of interesting notes about Kurt Busch's pole position. He is the 5th first-time pole winner in this 2006 season, and he is the 11th different driver to win a Busch pole, a record for the Busch Series.
With a lot of races still to go.
See the cars all sitting there. They're impounded. As you finish qualifying, the only thing you can do is pull the tape off and get ready to go.
Kurt Busch leads the field to turn number 1. The green flag later this afternoon. Thanks for being with us. John Roberts is next.
The NASCAR Busch Series is on the road again. Point leader Kevin Harvick takes to the track fresh off another first-place finish. His grasp on his second championship getting tighter. But in recent weeks, Harvick has shared the spotlight, splitting the last 4 wins with a familiar flipping phenom. Now these stars face another challenge, the twisting turns at Watkins Glen, where they will wrestle the road and try and pin the competition for the 5th race in a row. Good job. NBC Sports presents NASCAR. Today, live from Watkins Glen, New York, it's the NASCAR Busch Series. Beautiful day here in Watkins Glen. Let's take a look.
Yeah, it's a tough place. It's like any other racetrack. You can't get off the line or you get in trouble. This is real quick through here, very tight up through the S's. There's only room for 1 car up here. Your braking areas, there's a lot of trouble. Cars like to wheel hop going down as you hit the brakes, the rear starts bouncing. You'll run off straight or run into somebody.
But it's a lot of fun.
Oh, it's a blast. This place is just so much fun to drive. It's not a very hard road course to drive, but it's, it's a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun. This is pretty hairy up through here. I mean, you're carrying a lot of speed. The car gets light right there about where the pace car is. Car drifts all the way to the right side, right up against the guardrail. You can actually feel a cushion of air in between you and the guardrail. And it's just, it's just a fun place to race.
What if you're starting in the back? You know you have a lot of talent and a decent car, like, for instance, Ron Fellows today.
Ron's just going to have to, Ron is going to pass a lot of these guys in a hurry. There's no question he can get to the middle of the pack pretty quick. But then it's going to get tougher. The further you get up the field, the harder it's going to take, to pass some of these guys. In the meantime, the leaders are going to be gone. I'm sure we're going to see yellows, and that's going to help Ron a lot. The more yellows, the better for Ron, because he'll pick some cars up, then the yellow will come out, and it'll erase that gap in between him and the leader. So he's just got to be patient, but he's going to pass a lot of cars in a hurry.
Always fun to watch. The road course ringers coming into NASCAR. Take a look at our race analysis, the pit window, as Alan talked about. 33 to 38 laps. Be tough to do this on 1 stop if it stayed green start to finish. That will not happen, and some of these guys will try and make it on 1 stop. It's truly a battle for track position as well as speed here at Watkins Glen. That's the inner loop or the bus stop.
This is tricky too. This is a place where you can get your car out of shape. You hit that curb coming in just a little bit the wrong way. It jacks the car up. It gets it real sideways. In the meantime, you should be turning the car the other way, and you really got to backpedal here a little bit. You make a mistake like that, and the guy that you're chasing is going to get away, and the guy that's chasing you is going to be all over you.
17th road course race for the NASCAR Busch Series. The 13th held here. You see at the front of the field, the pole sitter Kurt Busch in the 39 car and Ryan Newman in the 02. They look virtually identical, and they might be running bumper to bumper most of the day here. You see Harvick in the Coast Guard Chevy in between the 2 Penske cars. 74 degrees, track temperature just over 105. Just been spectacular here at Watkins Glen. Last couple of years we've had rain here over the weekend, but beautiful yesterday, today, and hopefully tomorrow the same thing for the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series. Big charge going into turn 1 here, right?
There really is, and really the inside's a good place to be, because not so much in turn 1, but when you get to turn 2, you really need to be on the inside. If you're on the outside going up that hill, it is very slippery and very narrow up there. So you want to get to the bottom. I think the guys in the bottom have a little bit of an advantage, but you know what, Pruitt's going to probably drive it in there pretty deep.
This is the final left-hander before a right-hander that puts you on the front straightaway, or the pit stretch as they call it here at the Glen. We'll call it a 7-turn road course. We've got the inner loop on the back. 43 cars, 82 laps here at Watkins Glen. The NASCAR Busch Series ready to go racing. Kurt Busch on the pole in that 39 car. You're watching NASCAR live on NBC.
Boris said did not get a good start.
He had that trouble late stages of the race here a year ago in the Nextel Cup Series.
Blows the inner loop. Looks like he may have locked up the brakes. Now he's got to get back behind the car he was running with, right?
Yes, he has to hold his position, cannot gain any positions, get back behind the car he was with.
He's going to lose a few more spots on this deal. He's on the outside right now, although we'll see if he can hold it getting into this next corner. He should be out loud braking. He's got the position.
And he's in the good graces of NASCAR. He got back in the proper position.
Oh, he lets McMurray go. PJ now is going to get... Nope.
Looked like he was going to get it, though.
Like he was going to try to get on the inside of him.
Or slam the door.
Right. There you see him right behind the 21 car. Yeah, he just locks up the rears. Looks like he may even got a little bit of that wheel hop I was talking about. Let's listen. Yep. Yeah, looks like he had a little bit too much rear brake in that thing, maybe, Matt.
Well, you remember at the start of the race on the pace apps, he was concerned about possible brake issues. Felt like he might have had air in the brake lines, and that's when he came on the radio, said, I've got brake issues again for the 9. Tough brake.
Yeah, that really is, because that's where Boris is so strong, is under braking. That's where he makes up all his time, is going into the corner when he brakes. So that's going to be tough on him.
Augie Vidovich making up his own course around here at Watkins Glen. Let's take a look at his off-course excursion.
Well, they're running side by side up through there, which doesn't work. I said earlier, that's not the place you want to be side by side, but I'll tell you what, he did a heck of a job.
Sure did.
Not wrecking that car. John 47 car.
John Wood.
John Wood, he got up on the grass in that bumper and slid into the 4 car.
Off of pit road, simply for fuel, Dave.
And the only word so far from them is pit strategy. Now, they were running in the back of the pack, so they didn't have a lot to lose position-wise. Obviously, unless there's a whole lot of caution, they can't make it through to the end, but we'll catch up with Wally Rogers and see exactly what
his toys today and snuck this camera in there.
Yeah, this is what we talked about, a left foot breaker. He uses his left foot to brake. Now watch as he goes down here. He's probably going to pump the brake pedal a little bit to make sure it's there. See how he taps it? What that is doing is you're just making sure that pedal is firm when you go down there. It doesn't go to the floor. It's just kind of a little safety chicken thing. I don't know, whatever you want to say. We all do it, but
it builds up your confidence.
It builds up your confidence when you're trying to slow these cars down. But you hear him floating the throttle, and when he gets on the straightaway, just as he gets closer to the corner, you'll see him tap that brake pedal a little bit, make sure the thing is nice and hard and solid, because you get on the brakes pretty hard here.
And the clutch pedal's just there for decoration.
The clutch pedal, you could hang some decorations on it, maybe put a picture. You don't use the clutch really except for when you're in pit lane, when you're leaving the pits. They've got these gearboxes so good now where you just kind of flip the throttle and pull the thing back in gear, whether you're upshifting or downshifting. Wow, he's on the rev limiter there. You hear the engine cutting out. That was the rev limiter.
Carl runs in 21st.
Wow.
Ryan Newman.
Something broke on that car because it looked like an oil line or something. There a lot of oil on the track. You see these guys are hitting it now. Denny Hamlin.
Bernard, Robbie Gordon. Oh, another car sliding in there.
That was Hamlin. But you can see it. You can see the flames coming out of the back of the car. That's normally from an oil leak or a line coming off.
Stacy Compton.
And a lot of those other guys barreled in there not knowing what was on the racetrack, and well, when you hit that, forget it, you're going for the ride.
Take a look.
Just watch in the background, you'll see the O2 come flaming by.
Wow. So Ryan Newman brings out the first caution of the race. 30 laps are complete. NASCAR Busch Series racing at the Glen. How will this affect pit strategy? We'll come back and find out on NBC.
He overcorrects. They battle for position. They collide. They hit the wall in turn number 3 and slide toward the infield.
And Richard Petty will take the checkered flag.
Hang on. It appears we have a fight on the infield. Crew members and officials jump in. Emotions are running hot as events on the last lap have spiraled out of control.
If I hadn't seen it,
Denny Hamlin here at Watkins Glen.
Watch, you'll come down there and just watch on the racetrack. You'll start to see oil. That shiny stuff right there, that's oil. You get in it, you're there for the ride. The only thing that's going to stop him is Ryan Newman. That's how fast it happens.
Just enough time to think about it to really make you worry. So Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer both stay out, but behind them a number of cars heading for pit road. Continue to work on the car of Kyle Busch, trying to repair that sway bar.
Oh my lord. Oh.
What is this? Oh.
Ah! Oh my god! Oh!
We haven't even left pit lane
yet. You can go straight now.
That's it, just like, that's it.
Wally, what are you up to?
Sit up there. Obviously, somebody thinks I'm a good driver.
Who is that?
She was in Bewitched. She was in RV.
And The West Wing.
And The West Wing.
Kristen Chenoweth. Yeah. And she's in Wally's World.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yep. Dave Blaney.
Spitting some water out. That's down in turn 1.
That would be the wheel hop. The dreaded wheel hop in turn 1.
You get on the brakes.
Yeah, you're going downhill. You get on the brakes, and the front just slams down, and the rear starts jumping up and down in the car. It's just like the wheels are on 2 pogo sticks back there. And really, the only way you can get out of it is you either ride it out. But actually, if you hit the gas, if you just give the gas pedal a shot, that gets the tires spinning again, and that's how you drive it. Now, it's hard to tell yourself to do that when you're going down in the corner and you're wrecking. But that's one way you get out of a...
Problems, excuse me, on the left front. So this is going to be huge to see how far behind Robbie Gordon and Kevin Harvick Kurt Busch comes out instead of ahead of them.
Robbie Gordon just went past.
Yeah, it's going to be about, well, it's about 7 seconds from where he was, so going to lose a couple spots.
So we talked about how the drivers have to be flawless, and so do the pit crews.
Do all you can, buddy. We messed you up. Keep taking.
Now a more determined driver trying to make up for his crew. This is in turn 1. And the caution flag is out. Just our second of the day, and this is what Kevin Harvick really wanted.
That was radio communication. Said the 66 dumped him. Another term for being wrecked. Yeah, I don't know if he dumped him. I mean, Greg Biffle was going down there, tried to outbrake him. Kind of slid over into Scott. It wasn't Scott's fault, for sure.
8 tires weren't better than 4 there.
Yeah, he paid for it.
So the second caution of the day is out here at Watkins Glen.
Down the corner, and it actually does look like that Pruitt kind of turned down over on top of Biffle right there. And Biffle did everything he could to stay off of Pruitt. And so I think there's just a little bit of maybe not enough give and take on that deal, because Biffle was definitely down on the inside of him.
And we heard that Biffle was not very happy with Scott Pruitt after that. Most drivers are not.
No, but you know, Biffle's sitting at 6 right now, so it didn't do too much damage to his car.
I'll tell you who might be sitting in a really good spot is 3rd place Jamie McMurray, because Robbie Gordon and Kurt Busch are right in front of him. 2 very determined drivers with very good equipment.
And you think they may not finish?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying they might finish, but their cars might not look. The field is frozen at this point.
Big piece of debris. It's like a part of a bumper.
Yep. Bumper bar. Yep. Right in the pit lane. Just want to remind everybody, our buddy Benny Parsons is here with us in Watkins Glen this weekend. BP a little bit of a sore throat.
Caution, Rob, caution.
So he's watching with you back at the hotel. He'll be with us tomorrow for NASCAR Nextel Cup racing. Right now, the Busch Series under caution at the Glen.
McMurray takes second spot. Almost takes the lead.
Almost got them both.
Yeah.
McMurray to second with 19 to go. And that kept the field really tightly bunched.
I think McMurray's going to.
Flat left rear.
I don't know who that is talking about a flat left rear, but
Flat left rear.
McMurray's going to have a tough time keeping that spot right now. He's got Kurt Busch all over him, and he wants by him because Robbie's going to get away, and here he is. Going to have enough? Nope.
Busch all over the bumper of McMurray.
Might do the crossover here. There it is. Now he's in. We're on board. Okay, we're on board. Kurt Busch here. Big block. Busch goes to the outside. And I think Robbie just pushes way up the racetrack. Then he actually turns into Kurt Busch a little bit. So he pushed a little and then he turned a little. And knocked Kurt Busch offline a little bit. So if Busch gets back to him, he may just repay that favor.
Off in the gravel, car off in gravel. Caution will be coming out, car off in the gravel.
That's obviously one of the spotters.
No caution.
No caution yet. Now the caution is out.
It is. Caution's out. Caution's out.
Deep in the gravel.
Carlos Contreras.
I'm glad you said that.
Now, you don't get out of that, do you? Out of that
that's
kitty litter.
That's in pretty deep.
And you know what this means?
No.
Another restart.
Oh, yeah, good.
With Robbie Gordon and Kurt Busch.
We all like that. Robbie doesn't.
About that, okay? I could not get it in second gear at all. I got around the outside of it because I couldn't get it in second gear.
He got in trouble getting into the inner loop. He got way up on the curb, had a guy on his outside, and that was a disaster in the making right there from the get-go.
Regan Smith gets the lucky dog. Issues for Carl Edwards, Davey.
He restarted 6th, Bill, and he fell out of the top 20 by the time the caution came out. Power steering issues for Carl. They don't know if it was for they had a debris caution earlier, debris all over the track, and he may have broken something underneath there, but it was about that time he started reporting power steering issues. Now they're going to work underneath.
Yeah, it just takes one rock to knock that belt off. It doesn't take a whole lot. But
Carl Edwards right now second in the championship standings, 414 points behind Kevin Harvick.
Thank you.
Nothing on.
It's about 70, 80 plus points in front of third place Denny Hamlin. There's Carl. Alan's been listening to some radio traffic. What'd you pick up?
I've been listening to the radios of both the first and second place cars, and as you can imagine, there are differing versions of what happened on that last restart. Robbie Gordon just called into his crew and asked them to go down and tell Kurt Busch's team that the reason he got out of control in that first corner was because he couldn't get his car down into second gear. Now, that conversation has not happened yet that I've been able to see, and I am standing in Kurt Busch's pit. On the other hand, Kurt's crew chief Roy McCauley just radioed to his driver and said, okay, he pulled a dirty trick on you. Let's regroup and go get him.
Dreddy, Harvick, Said, Truex, Yaley, and Ron Fellows, who's worked his way back into the 10th spot. All right, hold your breath. Robbie bringing him at a crawl to the green flag, then tries to get on the gas.
Pretty good restart from Robbie on that one. He got a couple car lengths between him and Kurt, and that's all it took to get in there clean in turn one.
Pretty tame. Kurt Busch gets the lead back.
That's good stuff right there.
Less than 13 to go. McMurray's right there as well.
Yeah, McMurray's going, yeah, go!
Drive harder, Robbie, drive harder.
See Kurt?
Trying to protect his position there, right?
Inside, but see, now it gets you offline. Now Robbie's got a better run through there. That's the only downside about protecting your position like that when you go down on the inside. That's not the preferred line. So you got to be careful when you do that you have enough exit speed not to have that guy set you up.
So when they come to the front stretch, who's got the advantage this time? Robbie, more off-road racing.
He's trying to put somebody's windshield out right now. I'm sorry, Bill?
Robbie's going to try and set up Kurt this time.
Yeah. But he's got to get closer.
Continues.
See, he lost ground there. He's got to be closer in order to make... This is great stuff. I mean, Kurt Busch just perfectly set him up. Runs him to the left side of the racetrack, and he's going to outbrake him. But Robbie goes back down to the inside, and I mean, that is going deep, folks. Problem is, he slides up. Kurt Busch gets back on the inside of him, and he's got position going into turn 2.
And guess what? Here they come again. You could hear the fans cheering because the fans here that come to Watkins Glen have a great appreciation for road course racing. This is a legendary road course here in the Finger Lakes region of New York State. These fans come here for NASCAR. They used to come here for F1, for the Indy cars, the sports cars. Ran here on Friday night.
It's a fun tire.
Chris Cook. And if that comes apart, we'll get the caution.
It's probably going to come apart.
I would think so.
Either that or it's going to roll. We'll see. It looks like he's almost trying to get it to come off. And he goes through the inner loop there. Goes straight.
Left rear.
And we'll see if he makes it back. It's Chris Cook driving the 43 this week. Agajanian car.
Dave?
Yeah, right rear flat, as you can see, and they told Chris stay out of the groove. That's a good thing because now we can keep the race going. Kurt Busch and Robbie Gordon.
By the way,
Robbie right there.
Yeah, Robbie has found that rear bumper of Kurt Busch. And this is going to get good. Because if Robbie can get close enough, he definitely will make the move.
They're going to run up on Cook here. Right there.
Just be out of the way by the time he gets there.
He did a good job getting that car back to pit road. Four laps to go. Caution.
We got a car down here coming in with the little chicane back here that stopped. Yellow flag waving, might be a corner.
Todd Cleaver. Now, Robbie really wanted to see this.
Right.
And Kurt Busch didn't.
And the question is, how long will it take to get that car off the track? Will we have to go to green-white checkers? And who's got enough fuel to make it if we do? Other than that, the fact that these two are racing as hard as they can, it's going to be a fun finish.
It's going to be a fun race start.
Alan?
And Bill, Robbie Gordon just called into his team on his radio and said, I didn't need that caution. I was just getting ready to work him. And his crew chief, Greg Irwin, called back and said, well, now you can work him on the green-white checker.
You know, it looks like there's a little overheating problems with McMurray there. If you go back to his car, we can get a close-up shot. Looks like it's blowing some water
everywhere.
Water everywhere? Was that Jamie?
Yep. There it is.
There you go.
Just keep running it, dude. See what happens here.
He needs to get away from that bumper.
Marty?
Well, guys, you remember they've had this issue for most of the day. Early on in the race, the water was up to 250. They cleaned the grill on the very first stop. And Jamie telling the crew now it's unreal the amount of water that's coming out of the engine. They had thought they had gotten the grill clean, but just these last few laps, the water temperature had spiked once again. And he said as they sit under caution here, it's getting hotter by the lap.
When you look on the grill there, there's a lot of rubber, a lot of dirt on that grill. And you know, there's not much open there to begin with. So if you get some grass and dirt, and you can see what these guys were doing up in front of them. They were dropping wheels, and when you drop a wheel, all that dirt, that grass, and that rubber and stuff comes flying up, and it sticks right on your grill. It's a dirty trick, but I'm telling you what, it's very effective.
He's racing dirty, isn't he? I'll tell you what, if I walk into a casino and I see Jamie McMurray, I'm leaving because his luck has just been awful.
Yeah, that's not getting any better. So they're going to have to come in and clean that grill and probably pump some water in that engine, because I just don't think it's going to hold up for how many laps we have left to go.
Will be 3 when we get to the line this time. 2 to go when they get the green flag. Pace car now will dive to pit road. Kurt Busch, the race leader. Robbie Gordon runs second. 1 attempt at a green-white checkered finish. Hold your breath as they head for 1. Watch Robbie try and close up on the bumper of Busch.
You see some gaps between these guys right now. They're trying to anticipate the start, and here we go. Boy, and Kurt got a great restart. That may have been the difference. That's all you need. Get into 1 clean.
Remember, sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, now Robbie's really chomping the bit because he knows he missed an opportunity on that restart.
And he was all over Busch's bumper when the caution came out. Robbie makes up time in the inner loop. Watch this.
Hard on the brakes. I mean, you can see that car going from back. Look at that.
Right to him on his bumper.
Tries to get underneath them. Now Robbie's been a little bit better here than Kurt Busch.
Clear by half.
He's got to get a good run. If he gets a good run, not quite enough. Now he's got to get back on his bumper and set him up for turn 1. This is the most important set of corners right here.
White flag this time.
Boy, Kurt just looks so smooth right now. Not close enough.
But the bus stop will be a lot of fun.
It should be. Robbie may miss it this lap. He's going to drive in so deep.
Final lap for the NASCAR Busch Series at Watkins Glen, live on NBC. Kurt Busch leads Robbie Gordon.
Boy, Robbie got through the S's really good there.
Here comes the bus stop.
Here he comes. Whoa!
Oh, to the inside.
Wow!
Contact. They're through in the grass. And Kurt Busch comes out.
Unbelievable.
You got him. Nice job. Clear by 1.
That was some great car control on both of those guys right there. You knew it was coming.
Oh. You basically were right. Robbie didn't
he wasn't going to make it.
Coming up on the last turn of the last lap. Robbie trying hard for 1 more shot. He's not going to catch Kurt. Off of turn 7. Toward the start-finish line, checkered flag in the air.
It doesn't get too much better than that.
Kurt Busch wins a wild one at the Glen. And McMurray made it home in 3rd. 2nd win for Kurt Busch in 6 Busch Series races. Won at Texas earlier this year in his first ever Busch Series race. 4th time a Busch race here at Watkins Glen has been won by the pole sitter. In the 2nd straight year, the 39 car has gone to victory lane. Ryan Newman did it a year ago. Kurt Busch today. 4th win for Dodge in 2006. 2nd straight runner-up for Robbie Gordon at the Glen. Watch this.
Here you see it. Robbie just, I mean, he just flies in there, tries to get on the left side of the 39, and actually does. Both these guys do a really good job hanging on to the race cars.
I can't wait for tomorrow.
This is such a cool shot right here. I mean, Robbie just, I don't think he hit the brakes.
And again, inside.
God, that's great stuff right there.
Stay car. You got him. Nice.
Roy McCauley. He's the crew chief, and Alan is with him now.
And accepting congratulations from team members. You a little excited over that?
Yeah, I tell you what, that was some really good racing there. Got a little rough, but Kurt showed just how good of a driver he really is. And the Penske Truck Rental Dodge was good all day. The crew did a good job. I want to say special thanks to Matt Gimbel and his regular Busch guys. They really helped us out, put this program together with us, and I can't say enough. They really did a great job.
When you're sitting on a pit box watching your driver like that, and it's all in his hands, and you know how hard your guys have worked to prepare a car like that, what's going through your mind?
Wow. I don't really know what to say to that. It's pretty anxious moments. I know Robbie's not going to stop, but I also know how passionate Kurt is, and really makes for good racing. And I tell you what, I don't think you've seen a better show here at Watkins Glen for a while. And you know, real proud of our Penske Truck Rental Dodge.
All right, Roy, it's a long walk to victory lane. Get going. Congratulations. Roy McCauley, winning crew chief today.
And the celebration for Kurt Busch on the pit stretch here at Watkins Glen. He's got some donuts. Busch celebrates. Let's hear from the runner-up, Dave.
Robbie climbing out of the car right now, and you know there's a lot of cheering going on, and I got to believe there's some of that for you there. The question I have is, did you use the brakes at all on the bus stop on the last lap?
Yeah, I did. We knew we were better than him there, and if I could get in and kind of move him out of the way, and, you know, I kind of clipped the left side curve this time, and just tried to move him, but he saved it and pushed me back up to the side of the wall. So fun race.
And so from your standpoint, Robbie, second place, but are you satisfied with your run?
We're satisfied. Obviously, best run we've had for Harris Entertainment, and that's a good thing. But we came here to win the race, and we'll see what we can do tomorrow.
He almost did. Marty?
Well, Dave, you can check out the front of Jamie McMurray's car. It's full of grass, and that is the reason his car overheated. I'm going to step over our cameraman Rusty's shot. And how did you limp this thing home, Jamie? I mean, that was awfully tough. It didn't have any water in it, did it?
No, it was out very lucky to end there. The restarts at the end just really hurt our car. Just got real loose on restarts, but 39 cars seem to be the best car all day long anyway, so cool. Congratulations, Kurt.
You said you were surprised at one point in how good your race car was. How surprised were you?
I think Coke's good. Well, I felt like we were good yesterday, but when we didn't qualify well, typically in impound races, the way you qualify is how you race, and it just seemed that the longer that we went, the better our top flight car got. So very good job to Bryant, and I know Rusty's probably in Kentucky watching, so had a good day. We needed this.
Who cares if you have water in the engine or not? Jamie McMurray finishes third. Dave?
Greg Biffle finishes fourth. Were you dealing with your own problems or watching all that was going on in front of you? McMurray, you know, running out of water in his car in the race up front?
I'll tell you what, it was pretty exciting out there. McMurray hit the curb going up through the S's, and I thought his day was done. I thought his bacon was cooked, and he was able to save it, and I checked out the throttle, and then the 39 and the 7, they can't stay out of the gravel. We couldn't see where we're going. They're in the dirt coming off of this corner. They're in the dirt through the S's. It was kind of fun. McMurray and I saw him go off, and I was right on McMurray's bumper, and I didn't know what was going to be on the other side, so I had to back off a little bit, you know. We had our own race going. It's unfortunate we got together with the one down there. It kind of pitched us down and ruined the left front fender on the race car, and I was going to the front, I felt like, but great day for us, top 5 finish.
Greg Biffle. Bill?
Thanks, Dave. You can see the finishing order going across the bottom of the screen for John Andretti, the first top 5 of his NASCAR Busch Series career. And there's Kurt in victory lane for the first time as a married man. How about that? Got married just a couple of weeks ago during the off week. And guess where he starts tomorrow? On the pole. To victory lane, and here's Matt Yoakum.
6 NASCAR Busch Series career start, Bill. Second time he has gone to victory lane, and what an exciting victory. As he climbs out of the car, it looks more like it just left Martinsville or South Boston. And you heard him say, you can't believe it. Some crazy restarts, some crazy battles to the bus stops. Robbie Gordon said this was a fun final lap. How would you describe it, Kurt?
It was interesting, to say the least. You know, we probably wouldn't race our Cup cars like this because we've got points. And when we get to come in and race these Busch races, the main objective is to get team time, to develop crew guys. And damn, we didn't have a good time developing road racing drivers out there. Robbie and I had a heck of a time, you know. if I was to tell a kid watching TV, I wouldn't say that Robbie was the guy to look at on road courses. But hey, man, we finished the race up front. He still continued on. Reminded me a little bit of the battles with Ricky Craven back at Darlington. But awesome job with Penske Truck Rental aboard this car. Can't thank Miller Lite enough for letting me come play. All of our associate sponsors. Felt like today was air conditioned by Lennox, so I got to get them in there. Thanks a lot.
Describe that final restart.
You know, I was just watching him lag back a little bit, and the double red is in the vicinity of is when you can drop the hammer. I was like, I'm in the vicinity, it's time to go. So I checked out, but looks like I got work to do tomorrow to get through the bus stop a little better. So he was rifling it through there. I don't know if that's what you call trying to pass somebody, but he was trying to drive through us, and we were able to stay planted, stay footed, and stay focused. And this team really gave me a great car to be able to battle with Robbie Gordon.
His first Busch win on